people need to have more open hearts.
Okay, and before we continue our discussion here, we do have a question from the studio audience. Can you identify who you are and where you're from?
Yeah, my name is Stephen Smith. I'm the state chairman for the American Third Position. It's an organization that advocates on behalf of white Americans. My question, I guess, you said white privilege. I don't know, that seems like sort of like a hateful term, that, or just because we're white, we're privileged.
No. And if I would have been able to finish my point, what I was saying was, I hear you as a mother. I don't hear you as a white mother.
And I understand you that way. I respect you, and you did a wonderful thing. I honestly believe that.
And this isn't even indicting what you're saying. What I'm saying is that's where the discussion needs to begin. Because when you go to Wilkes-Barre and you might be afraid, I'm afraid too.
You should be.
You know, when I go to violent places or places where people are hurt, I'm afraid too. When I say white privilege, that is a term that has been discussed often. This isn't to say that you might feel that privilege. It's just understanding what people who are not white have to experience and their perception of it. Your perception may be that blacks are privileged. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not putting it on you as something that you have to accept. What I'm saying is, as a parent of children of color, there are ways in which I have to maneuver in this society that you may not have to maneuver. There are things that I have to teach my children immediately because their lives depend on it, that you may not have to teach your children. Now, does that mean that you don't feel objectified at times, that you don't feel dehumanized? Certainly, you probably do.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is, you said you teach white kids they're privileged to be white. That's like instilling white guilt.
I didn't say that.
Okay. Let's cut the discussion right there. Hold on one second. If we could end this conversation, which has been, I think, very enlightening. We've all mentioned the need for education. Very, very quickly, can one or more of you?
I would not.
Okay. We've run out of time. Tonight we've explored many issues. We obviously could speak about this for quite a while. Why do we fear those who are different from us could have been the title of tonight's discussion. We also looked at the efforts of our panelists to increase acceptance and tolerance. And this isn't a topic that can be solved in one night, but if we've shed some light on the subject, then we've succeeded. Thank you to everyone at home and our studio audience for joining us. Thank you to our guests. And I look forward to seeing you next time on State of Pennsylvania.